Hello and welcome into another edition of That's So Dolphins Talk. Got myself Johnny Bake Show and the co-pilot Trigger Trey Proctor, and whew, we were this close. The entire franchise was about to be blown up in a matter of 50 seconds yesterday, and somehow the Dolphins, not even the Dolphins, Tua and Jonnu Smith saved Mike McDaniel's job and the Dolphins season. And the Dolphins are still in the hunt, Triggs. Big old victory sip.
Let me tell you something about Victory Monday. Victory Monday, and I would know because we've had six of them. Um, Victory Mondays, Victory Mondays hit different. Victory Mondays hit different when you see a stat come out that says the New York Jets are eliminated from playoff contention, therefore continuing to make them the worst franchise in the history of all professional sports.
And the Dolphins are literally right behind them.
But we're not last. Okay, okay.
I mean, that's true.
The We beat the Jets. We eliminated the Jets, and it's a victory Monday. In saying that, what the fuck's going on with our defense? I don't like that. Not good.
Bad. So if you are a new listener here, please subscribe to the channel. Leave it in the comments below what you thought about the defense yesterday, because I'm genuinely baffled by this. It makes, I mean, honestly, it just feels like we just the same old that we want to say on here. We don't have a pass rush, and then everybody gets beat. And I saw this really awesome, I saw this really awesome tweet post game yesterday, and it was everybody is so divided on this quarterback and Tua. The fan base is divided on Tua because they have to watch this defense play every game. Like there would be no division in the fan base if we didn't have a shit defense for the last 4 years. And I it's the truth. I have no idea what's going on with this defense. I was ready to get rid of everybody yesterday. I
I
literally,
don't understand how this defense makes Matt Stafford look like he's a year one quarterback. Okay.
yeah,
And then also, which, by the way, Matt Stafford just dismantled the Rams the exact same day that we're speaking about this
no,
yesterday. Okay. Same day. Just dismantled, or I'm sorry, Matt Stafford just dismantled the Bills, not the Rams. He plays for the Rams. I mean, he's actually probably at this point dismantling the Rams too, because anyway, at least they have a Super Bowl, though. We don't.
yeah,
So Matt Stafford dismantles the Buffalo Bills defense. We dismantle Matt Stafford. Yet yesterday, this defense looked like the worst in the NFL. And it may have been.
So are you
I
saying
mean,
better than the Bills?
I definitely, we're definitely better than the Bills. I 100%. No one, they don't want to play us a third time. Okay. They might like playing us twice a year, but they do not want to play us a third time.
I well that's coming up later. We'll save that for the end of the show.
So, yes. Anyway, defense abysmal. Um, Made some stops when it was needed. Penalties were bad. I did think that play with Sealer, where he got called for the holding on the big sack on third and whatever,
Mhm.
was definitely holding. I get it. Also, interesting play. I've never actually seen that like displayed the way it did, and it made me think about that. Probably happens a lot actually. Now that's probably why there's a lot of free rushers. Like because Sealer was able to grab. Did you see it? Sealer grabbed the arm of the guard,
Yeah,
and the guard got sucked into him, and then that allowed whoever it was to come back up underneath.
yeah.
Um, but it got called for holding, so it doesn't really matter. Aaron Rodgers like decided to have his best game as a Jet against the Dolphins. Like,
He's
of
trying to play.
course,
He's playing for a job next year.
he really, at this point, yeah, he's like, oh, maybe I should actually start carrying. But he also definitely missed Garrett Wilson a lot. Garrett Wilson cooked Jalen Ramsey, which I'm sure we'll get to at some point. But Garrett Wilson was open on that last drive to end our season, and he, whether it was the pressure or Rogers was locked in on Devontae Adams, whatever it was, like that worries me. I texted you, I tweeted this out or X'd it out last night. this defense is probably going to have like 9 new starters next year. This defense is like it's bad. And
Really,
like Jalen Ramsey had been a bright spot up until like the last 3 weeks, and now I'm worried that he is the worst. Like he's turning into Xavier Howard before our eyes. So that kind of sucks. There was actually a play where I thought that one of the Patriots mascots came with a musket and shot him because he had Bambi legs. He almost broke his kneecaps that bad. Getting his jaw was on the field from what Garrett Wilson did to him. Um, like that was bad. But whatever, we won the game. I don't want to harp on the negatives. It was a win, but that defense cannot display that effort again if we want to continue to win out. We got lucky beating the Jets the way we did, but again, a win's a win in the NFL.
it is. And I have been saying here for weeks on the show that I was deathly scared of the Jets and I did not want to see the Jets. And for that specific reason yesterday, because I knew it was going to be a dogfight. And I mean, I guess credit to the pass game, but it feels like we're going back to our old ways because we can't run the football. And I don't know if that's because we're missing both of our tackles, and now we have to go back to. I don't know what we're going back to, but we're going backwards offensively. But we're still scoring 30. We're still scoring over 30 points a game, but it's just not. I'm worried because we can't run the football at all. It was actually good to see Jeff Wilson get some tread yesterday.
We were just talking about him.
And yes, we were. And they're listening, clearly. And
We got Mesh and we got Jeff Wilson minutes.
we need more mesh. We need more Jeff Wilson.
You know what's fucking hilarious? Of the 40 subscribers we have, Mike McDaniel would be one of them. Like we would be the one, this ragtag bunch of degens that he would listen to of all the Dolphins podcasts. So you got all these guys out here that like absolutely put their heart and soul into this. And not that we don't, like, believe me, what you get out of me is my 100% thoughts on the Dolphins. Like, but I'm sure a lot of other people are like that. But like, of all the film study that some of these guys put the time and effort into, McDaniel would be the one to think, you know what? Let's listen to what these four-eyed fucks have to talk about over here.
He might be on to something here.
These guys might be on mesh.
Well, if he's listening, I don't want to see no more damn halfback screen and enough with that damn little fake pitch the other way. And that only worked.
Buddy, that's all we're doing. We're getting so much fake pitch. And let me tell you, you know how much halfback screen we're getting this week with our 2 tackles out?
Much, dude. It's the old.
The angle route halfback screen I fuck with. I like that.
I do like. He's gonna pick it off at some point. You're gonna figure it out.
You can't run it 5 times in a game like that. You can maybe run it. That's a 2-time a game maybe.
And McDaniel, listen, it feels like McDaniel's play sheet is the way that I play NCAA. He's literally
exactly how it is.
Got 9 plays on it, and he's just running it. He might flip it a time or two, might send somebody in motion, but we're running the same 8 plays. That's all I got.
Dude, I genuinely think Mike McDaniel is the most unaware individual in the world. During overtime yesterday, he ran the exact same play back-to-back times to a tight end that did not have a catch all game, but obviously it's Jonnu, like he's been a savior for us, but hadn't had a catch all game. He just had to run back-to-back tight end screens to him, even though the first one almost got picked off.
And they did that earlier in the game on the touchdown with Tyreek, and then they literally on the 2-point conversion literally ran the same exact play just with different person.
Which like kind of might be a good idea because you don't see that. Like, I mean, it's fine. Dude, like he should have ran it a third time. No way they would have expected a third time. No way. So we got a counter. We've got a counter. Have a counter out of the angle screen. I love the angle screen, but can we get an angle screen swoop action or something like that?
How about instead of an angle screen, how about like an angle just streak? How about why can't we just send the boy down the field?
Or
concept underneath, and then everyone's following Achane. Everything's happening behind him already.
Here's what just hit me. We get an eligible player at one of the offensive line positions.
Okay.
Sneak him in there. We go tackles over.
Mm-hmm.
We get a tight end body in that position. Or even if it's like someone, maybe like D. Eskridge, you know, all right, he might be done, but Name someone there, okay?
A
He's eligible. Eligible player.
Smite.
Fake like he's gonna do the screen block.
Give it to Eichenberg.
Eichenberg, sure. Fake like he's gonna do the screen block. Streak. Streak.
Hmm.
Pump fake to the angle. Cutty.
We sound
Mike.
ridiculous.
Mike. Okay. So offense was absolutely electric yesterday. I wanted to talk to you about the run game situation because here's some things that got me thinking. So interesting kind of just like connection that I pulled from Mike's press conference today.
Okay.
He said that he uses the short pass game just like the run game.
I don't like.
So
I understand.
I don't know if I do either unless Tua Drew Brees is your quarterback. So listen to me, hear me out. Let's process this. Okay. What's Tua's completion percentage?
75, I think.
75%. Correct. Let's say he averages 4.8 yards of completion. Okay.
You're less than Trina Churd.
Let me math. Let me math here for you.
Oh
If 100% of the time, 75% of the time, you're going to complete the ball for over 4 yards. If you run that 3 times out of 4, which is 75%, that basically means that 75% of the time you're going to get a first down.
I feel like you just Steinered, Matt.
We slow that down. Look, guys, pause it, write it down. 75% of the time, we are completing a 4-yard ball. If we do that 3 times out of 4, 75% of the time, we have a 100% chance to get a first down. Now, listen to me on the other side of that. 28th in the league in average rush.
Yeah.
28th in the league in average rush.
We're
under the league average. We're at like 3 point something a carry. That's the average. I'm mathing, Don. Okay. I'm mathing. If 75% of the time we're going to get the league average below the rush, would we not be better off completing 75% of the balls and getting a first down 100% of the time? Because 75% of the throws, we're going to get 4.8 yards a pass. Your rebuttal?
I don't have a rebuttal to that because the math does math there. That logically makes sense. The problem is that when you are first and goal and you got nothing, you can't QB sneak it, you can't run it.
Oh, bad. Our close red is bad.
Really
Which
bad.
makes no sense because we have one of the best phone booth type athletes in the history of the game of football. And our red zone is still that bad.
Awful.
And our deep red zone is still that bad. That's got to be fixed. Maybe we could use mesh in the red zone.
Anytime that the Dolphins are in the red zone, I have no confidence that they're going to get the ball in there. I would rather be sitting at the 25, 35 yard line in there. Like that's the sweet spot for the offense.
Dude, every time we get tackled short, I'm like if Waddle had that like 18-yard catch, gets tackled at the 1, I'm like, oh my God, there's no shot we're getting in.
I just have no faith. We have nothing for the shortest of yardage. Like 3rd and 1, I don't know what to expect. We're either throwing a bomb or we're doing some stupid jet motion, jet sweep, or we're gonna get stuffed, or it's a screen. I hate short yardage. It's been the Achilles heel of this offense for the last 3 years, and it's not getting any better.
I agree. And thank you for bringing that up because it brought me back to my other point about the run game. So outside of the math, outside of the trigonometry that you just got, the other issue with the run game is when you put the film on, Mike is calling runs into the strength of the defense. There were multiple times yesterday, especially in the goal line, where we were down a man. Basically, we were blocking 5 with 6 on defense.
Mm-hmm.
shooting gaps, tackles behind the line of scrimmage. So I don't know if it's with the motion he expected man at the goal line and they didn't motion with the man. So basically we were unbalanced the opposite way because he motioned away from where we ran the ball. So he
Mhm.
took a guy out, took a receiver out. Normally, if you're in man, that would either pull a slot corner or bump the backers down, and then he ran back into where the motion came from. But it was 6-5, and the linebacker was untouched. Like that's just stupid. Like you can't run the ball into the defensive strength. So I think he's going to pick that up in the film room.
Hopefully. And if he doesn't pick it up, he's going to listen to our show and understand why. So I guess the other thing that is really frustrating. And I mean, we keep saying the same things here every week about the offense. Short yardage, red zone, disaster.
We
Uh,
keep saying that. We keep saying that, but the offense is winning us these football games. So like that's the other thing to think about.
that is. And then you go to the other side of the ball with the defense, and I got nothing for you. I was ready.
Putrid.
I want to say that Deshaun Elliott is exclusively talking about Javon Holland. It just becomes very apparent every week to me that he wasn't talking about the entire secondary. He's talking about Javon Holland. I feel like brother's making a lot of business decisions out there. I don't see Holland returning. I know that's probably going to make some fans upset, but I just don't see a spot where he fits on the defense anymore.
Do you
Uh,
think it's telling that his last starting safety partner is the one that publicly in the national media called our team soft? So his safety partner in the room with him,
yeah,
playing in the defensive huddle with him, going to battle with him, literally he is the most in the trenches player on this team with another safety or formerly on this team. So no one else has been more in the trenches with their safety partner like the one that just called our team soft. And then the softest player on this defense is his former safety partner. Javon Holland is soft. I love Javon. I used to love Javon Holland. Probably a great dude. Probably a great dude, but this is not. You're not a business decision player. Go play corner.
yeah, and Jordan Poyer has been not good this year. If he was in a Bills uniform, he'd be all pro. I mean, it's just how it seems to happen for the Dolphins.
Saboteur.
Saboteur.
So we
Jalen,
need two starting safeties next year.
we need two starting safeties. Jalen Ramsey is looking like Xavier Howard out there now. Kendall
Or
Fuller.
is Garrett Wilson really good?
I mean, I think Garrett Wilson's okay. I don't think he's like a top 10 dude in the NFL. I'm just spitting facts. If he'd have way better.
Name 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 9 better receivers than Garrett Wilson.
Okay. Tyreek, Waddle, Jamar Chase. His own Devontae Adams is better than Garrett Wilson. Justin Jefferson. Mike Evans. I'd say Terry McLaurin is better than him.
Eric Wilson better than Garrett Wilson?
Yes. AJ
Dude, put
Brown and Devonta Smith. There's 9. All 9 of them are better than Garrett Wilson.
okay. I mean, it's a good list. I would argue probably Mike Evans, and I would probably argue Terry McLaurin.
Mike Evans has got 10 straight years of 1,000-yard seasons.
Yeah, I mean, if we're looking at career, but I mean, if we're looking at in the game today,
I would still take Mike Evans over Garrett Wilson.
all right. Well, I need you to put a parental advisory on this video because that is a hot take, and we need to allow individuals to understand that
Johnny said,
hot takes are coming in. So yeah, so that's the other thing I wanted to mark with the run game. The other piece I wanted to hit on from yesterday. There was a point in the game, and I was actually in the process of looking it up, but I mean, the exact time doesn't matter, and I think it was either going into overtime. No, we were in overtime. I don't think we ran the ball a single time in overtime.
we did not. We threw it every single time. Two screens, a 10-yard out, game winner.
I was screaming for him to run the ball so many times.
Dude, our chat is probably one of the greatest things ever because I fired everybody. I fired McDaniel. I got rid of our secondary. I traded everybody. And then I was like, Sanders will shank it. He sank it. And then I was like, well, we're not going to win the coin toss. We won the coin toss. And I was like, the Jets are going to walk right down the field and score on us. We walked right down the field and scored on them. And it was never a doubt.
Dude, Tua, surgical. And when Sanders hit that kick, Tua knew. Tua was like, okay, give
Yeah.
me the ball. Like that was an assassin in his eyes.
The,
When you come that, I will say, when you come that close to death as many times as he has, you start to live a little bit more dangerously in your mind and in the way that you present yourself to people. And he is going to get down a motherfucker's neck. He's gonna thank his Lord and Savior Jesus Christ afterwards, but he's gonna do it.
I guess the thing too is that whoever won that coin toss was going to win that game because
I don't think so.
I don't think our
I
defense.
think, buddy, I think they were fired up. I think Tua, I think before they even went out on offense, when it went to OT, I'm pretty sure Tua said to the team on the sidelines, I wish we had the audio. I don't know who was mic'd up, but hopefully they play it. I bet he said, dude, give me a stop and we're winning this game, or win the toss and we're winning this game. The defense was ready to play for Tua Tagovailoa.
They
Did
did.
you,
There was a lot of fight. There was a lot of fight there. I'm happy about that. Little worried though about little just worried about Armstead. It sucks for him because he's like the just I just feel so bad for him. It's like he is one of
yeah, I also don't understand why he was hitting the Ben Roethlisberger crying on the bench, and then he just needs rest. Like, okay, dude, don't be crying on the bench if you just need rest. Like,
we
we appreciate the effort.
didn't know that at the time. He got
You
good,
didn't know they needed rest?
he got a good MRI.
John, he's had the same injury since he was drafted. He knows that he just needs rest. I understand he wanted to be out there with the boys, and I appreciate that. But you had the whole fan base in uproar yesterday because we thought it was the last time we were seeing him play. I saw someone write, there was multiple eulogies on Dolphins Twitter yesterday about Armstead's tenure with the Dolphins, thanking him for everything he's done. Like, it was done, like, this is him for the big guy. And then Mike comes out today, just needs rest. Just needs some rest.
I where's Isaiah Wynn at? Are we gonna get some Isaiah Wynn run here? Like I feel like if you throw on some tape though of Eichenberg yesterday, woof. I don't care how good trash he talks, but we need to do something about this run game. And I think that Isaiah Wynn fixes a lot of that. And what
He did pick up a big penalty though. Eichenberg did pick up that big penalty out there.
make a big penny. But
Buddy,
you made a good point in the chat a lot today about how Patrick Paul played very well yesterday.
mm-hmm. I thought it was I mean, we haven't gotten a large sample size, but like one thing I didn't think about is Armstead never practices. So Patrick Paul's just been practicing. Like it's basically been like he's like the true freshman that we want to burn like 3 to 4 games, but not burn his red shirt. Like
Right.
he's just been practicing with the team all year and just getting better. And like, dude, like, I mean, I'm not gonna say like he definitely missed some blocks in the run game that were evident,
Mm-hmm.
but like that stuff's all about, and it was downfield stuff too. That's all about like getting the reps in and finding out like your depth and the angle of which you want to approach that, and maybe he starts to approach that differently now. He has all this game film starting to stack up. Like he seems intelligent. He's fucking huge. Like hopefully he's a stud. Seems like he might be good.
Mm-hmm.
He's learned from Armstead. In saying that, I would love Armstead to come back and still play. Like if we don't got to burn Paul, don't burn him. I also don't know how I feel about Kendall Lamb. Like he's not been great in the run. He's really bad in the run game.
Yeah.
Kendall Lamb's bad in the run game.
Very
Great in the pass game, bad in the run game.
Yeah, and we need some run game right now, especially we're hitting that time of the year. So we did get some help yesterday with the Chargers losing. You said today that you think that the Broncos are winning or losing out.
I literally think they might lose out. The only one that I question is this week with the Colts, which is still like a toss up. Like that's a win-win for us.
I don't know what is better for us. Do we want the Broncos to win that game or do you want the Colts to win the game? Because if the Colts lose then and we win, we would technically be right there, right on the heels of everything. Like I don't know if we leapfrog them. Well, no, we would leapfrog them in just record alone. But
yeah, what in my mind, we need to do whatever it takes. Like at this point, if we win out at 10-7, we own all the tiebreakers. If the Broncos lose,
well, no, because the Colts beat us head to head.
but it would be a 3-way tie.
Oh, okay.
So head to head doesn't matter. So in the 3-way tie scenario between us, the Broncos, and Colts, we own that.
Oh,
So what I'm saying is the Broncos losing two more opens up the door for us to, no matter what, control our own destiny.
okay.
So I lean Colts winning just because that allows us to, the Broncos have one more loss no matter what the Colts do. Like the Colts and us have the same records no matter what they do. If we went out, we're in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I guess I'm just really nervous because I
The
don't.
Colts have the tiebreaker too. So that's worrisome.
Yeah. I guess I'm just nervous because I don't. Getting through these next two games is going to be really hard for Miami. I think it's not. I don't think that the. I don't think that the Texans are a cakewalk. Was yesterday
No.
game classic trappy, a little trap game for the Finns. Like we could have like we didn't put all of our thinking caps on and we didn't take them as seriously as we possibly could because we were thinking about this Houston game.
I guess, but dude, when you have no room for error, how the fuck do you have trap games?
Well, that's true. Also, we play historically awful in Houston. Awful. I remember that Thursday night game when Deshaun Watson literally it was 40-0 before we knew it.
Well, Deshaun Watson's not playing there anymore, and CJ Stroud hasn't looked good. Dolphins versus Texans
It was a Thursday night game.
career.
Bill O'Brien, DeAndre Hopkins literally threw it all over our heads.
So last 10,
Not good. Actually,
last 10.
he probably did play them good.
Well, it just says L. Who is the L?
Vince. I know that they don't play good in Houston. I feel like, but
Oh, this is for Raheem Mostert. I see. Oh, that makes sense. It's his stats. So we've won the last two meetings, which was in 22 and 21, 17-9 and 30-15. Are you thinking of the 2018 matchup, which is 42-23?
yes,
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking of. That was a Thursday night game. I remember that. That's
yeah. And now before that, they did one, two, three, four, five. They have beaten us six times before that.
yeah.
Um, we played there a lot more than they played us. The last two games have been at home. At Houston, we have never won.
Okay, we're gonna
So
find.
we've never.
This is it because this is literally for the season. This is a good team. I
It's a
want
wild card game. It's a wild card game.
it,
This is literally the wild card game.
it literally is. And then you
You
got
don't want to play a wild card game in Buffalo? This is a wild card game. Forget the Buffalo. This is a wild card game. Wake up.
we're gonna
Big
play.
O, get a wild card show.
They,
Figure it out. I want everyone there. It's a wild card game. It's
they
WTG.
they're gonna play a wild card game in Buffalo if they get in at 7 because Buffalo's gonna
Is
be.
there is there a shot that
I mean,
here's a weird scenario. The fucking Ravens might and Chargers might just keep losing
maybe who's the Monday night game?
tonight.
Yeah, who's the game tonight?
Bengals, Cowboys. I mean,
Ah,
the only thing I hope for is that the Bengals win so they have good momentum.
they need some good. They need some good mo to knock
They need
down.
good momentum. But like let's think about like if the Chargers like they're in the same position that we are with the Broncos. Like at that whole everybody's 8-5.
Yeah, somebody's gonna have to start losing. They ain't gonna all make it, or they
I don't
could.
know. In my mind, we get to 10-7, we're in. We went out, we're in. There's a path at 9-8 I saw today. Hate it. Don't want anything to do with it, but it's there.
I don't want no 9-8.
No, I don't either, but it's there. So like season's not dead, but like I need and they had the right mindset after the game. Right mindset. No one wanted anything to do with celebrating. There was no dancing.
Yeah,
There was no dancing.
that is good. I do like to see that.
But I'm telling you right now, if we lose this season in Denver because of Jameis Winston,
You mean in Cleveland?
in Cleveland because of Jameis Winston,
That's gonna hurt.
show's done.
It's either
Cancel the pod.
the season's either this weekend or next weekend. That I don't know. The I think that the Browns reverted back a little bit. Like I think the Browns came back to earth a little bit this past weekend with that Steelers game.
So, and here's my other thing that's annoying me is that now that I know Tua can play in the cold because he looked perfectly fine in Green Bay, and last time he played in Buffalo, he looked perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Like Tua can play in the cold. That's not my problem. The defense is soft as fucking goose shit. So, like that worries me a little bit.
Yeah.
But like I know offensively, like we're gonna put points up, and we just like eventually we're gonna catch a break on defense. We have to go into every single game wanting to score 35 in order to win.
Yeah, they genuinely they have to because the defense ain't gonna stop them.
Defense is horrible.
Is it personnel or is it scheme?
Personnel,
Okay, I just want to make sure.
personnel, personnel.
Okay,
We can't cover a running back. Like how many Brennan Allen like dump offs in the flat did we get yesterday? Don't have a linebacker that can cover that. Both of our safeties are forever out of position. We have two Troy Polamalu's that neither of them make Troy Polamalu like plays. Fundamentally and schematically, Troy Polamalu was horrible. There were some teams that would throw at him because he was never in position, but he made like insane game changing plays. So he's a fucking Hall of Famer. We have the Troy Polamalu, but the bad version. We have Troy Polamalu nowhere. That's what we of Javon Holland.
here we go.
The amount of soft, dude, the business decisions that he made yesterday, soft. Like, we're talking North Dakota State running back that you could have met at the 4-yard line and you just like run around the block.
I know.
Notice Javon was one of the only ones that got asked the soft question.
He keeps
Look in the mirror.
He gets asked a soft question every single week
because he's the one wearing the shoes. There's only one pair of shoes and it's his. Get him out. I'm done. I'm done. I don't want him on this team.
Well, what a dismount. Well, Finn's got the wild. This is
the best 6 and 7 team in the football team. I tell you what, that we're winning. This we're gonna for the sake of the Dolphins. We're beating Houston. Don't fret. This season's ending in Cleveland, and it's gonna be so annoying. And everyone like, hey, we beat a road team above 500. The Rams are now 7 and 6. Is anyone going back and talking about it now? Huh? Does it matter? We beat the Rams? Like, stupid.
Well, with that, we'll see you next time on That's So Dolphins. Hands up.